We have the privilege of hearing from the stewardship team has arranged speakers to share what's on their heart when they think about this community or they think about generosity in their own lives. And we are excited today to be able to hear from Marianne Fluehr.
Hi, folks. As Priscilla said, I am Marianne Fluehr, and my husband Brian is sitting over here, for those that don't know us. Brian and I have been members since the early 1990s. Back then, there were only a dozen or so of us, and except for those that sadly have passed on, and a few others, everyone from those days are still members today. And I think that says a lot. From the poem in our pledge campaign booklet, I brought it with me today. There is a line, "Giving has many faces." I interpret that to mean not only as the ways we give, loud and quiet, big though small, as the poem suggests, but also as the many faces of each of you, and also as the faces of so many large and small ways to get involved, such as donating to a major campaign improvement project, or pledging annually, or serving on committees, to just helping on a workday, or organizing small groups or the auction, decorating for the holidays, or hosting a potluck, or on Sundays being a greeter, operating tech, counting basket giving, or organizing a coffee hour. And yes, our personal circumstances can change. And time, service, and financial giving can wax and wane over the years. But that is okay here. Not like in the church I grew up in. This church appreciates whenever and whatever gifts you bring. So how does our giving impact the church? Well, this booklet delves into that much deeper than I can. And if you haven't read it all the way through, I would suggest that it's a very good read. But two of the largest, I would say, expenses here are payroll and facilities. Facilities. I look around at some people who know what I mean by facilities. Think of the rear step that collapsed and is now repaired. Did you know that top step has been in place since the 1800s? I think also of our magnificent stained glass windows here, in this beautiful sanctuary. We have a love-hate relationship with the slate roof. And we sit in these beautifully preserved pews in the round. Would worship be different for us if we celebrated somewhere else, in a different location? Well, perhaps, but here's what I believe. It's what Art Knapp expressed so well last month. Church is the people, not as individuals, but as in one interpretation, the assembled covenant of people who are empowered by something larger than themselves. Call it a higher power, the Holy Spirit, or God, or whatever works for you. When I look around at everyone here, and I include people on Zoom and those that couldn't make it today, I am reminded of the words from Easter Sunday. If you need a world to belong to and look around, you are already home. So let's look around. Look across the sanctuary. Look at your neighbors. Look to the right. Look to your left. Look behind you. It has always been our congregation and our pastors that make this assembled covenant truly exceptional. So as to the question, would worship be different if we gathered in another location? Well, just think about COVID when we all worshiped on Zoom. We prevailed. Or when the heat failed and worship was in Anders Hall. And how about Water Sunday when we hold our services outside? I believe that we would still thrive elsewhere because of all of you. I want to share more of Brian and my story here. As time passed, we chose to become more active. We chose to join committees, to attend potlucks, to contribute and work on capital improvement campaigns, to help out with auctions and volunteer on workdays and Sundays, and just generally get more involved. In doing so, we became friendly with so many wonderful church members. And all these relationships from those early days on to today spilled out of these doors and changed us forever. Again, from this poem, can you tell that this poem on the front of this book really resonated for me? Again, from this poem, we give because giving has changed us. When I look around, I see this also happening to others. And that is the most meaningful return on investment I can think of. I want to thank our pastors, Kip, Priscilla, and the Storytelling Stewardship Committee. I think that's what you call yourselves. Ellen Brennan, Nell Anderson, Becca Bloomquist, Laura Denley, and Erin Landis. Kudos to you all. It's not an easy committee, so we really appreciate you. Thank you.